It's always been a problem for patients who are on dialysis or on peritoneal dialysis or home dialysis to be having to come to the clinic, stuck in the car park trying to park the car and then come and wait in the clinics and then have about 10 minutes with the doctor and then off he goes.
It's time that you've lost that you're never going to get back. And in our condition, it exacerbates the time loss.
So I think one of the things which we looked at as a renal team was to look at telemedicine, but it's never been done for the renal patients in the UK.
Traditionally, NHS works on a hospital-based, primary care-based approach.
People that are maybe cared for by their daughter or their son, then they have to actually take time out of their working day to bring them to hospital.
And now there is a significant shift towards putting patients in the middle of it and providing a service which suits the patients.
For you as a patient, it's no different to having a consultation in the hospital, but takes away the hassle of coming in.
The models are changing as well. The technology is changing very rapidly.
Every aspect of care is actually set up in a way which is easy to adopt for the patients.
And what they don't particularly want to do is spend an awful lot of time either in hospital or interacting with us. They want to spend less time rather than more time.
Our nurses would spend a lot of time in their cars driving around 2 or 3 counties to reach these patients.
So when we thought about it, we thought that telemedicine would be a very good way of providing care and also trying to improve the quality of care which you receive.
And it certainly reduces that burden on our nursing staff.
So particularly for haemodialysis, the support they require from the hospital is huge.
We could have audio-video clinics with patients in a set time with the patient's convenience. They don't need to come to us.
I can already see a use for it in the other long-term conditions such as respiratory medicine.
We have got quite a few projects coming through, not just from the renal point of view.
We've obviously had to do a bit of changing in getting the rooms that we're going to use for the televideo, but generally it's not too invasive and fits in well with the infrastructure that we already have within the hospital.
We do need to get patients doing their treatments more at home, and I think having a layer of support like a audio-video conference clinic setting gives them that added support for them to take the plunge.
So it's more of a partnership between the patient themselves and our home therapies unit and home therapies nurses and the medical staff as well.
IT in the healthcare industry is an enabler.
The point is that the patient is at home, so you can actually have a conversation with the patient from anywhere you want from the hospital within reason. And I think that gives you added level of flexibility and the fact that you can actually bring in people into the call.
A lot of the infrastructure we already had in place in terms of the equipment we're putting into the trust.
I think it's been slow to take off, mainly because of how the technology works within the NHS.
The challenge is to make sure we get certain things right, the privacy elements.
The point has always been putting it within a secure environment.
Where this video link is just personalised to the hospital and my television, nobody else's television, just my television. And to me that's more personal and I wouldn't want it to go anywhere else.
A dialysis nurse, when they educate a patient to manage their care in a home setting, there's always that worry about risk.
There's quite a bit of training involved for the patients and they need ongoing support as well because they do sometimes encounter technical problems.
Even in 2003 we used to run a telephone clinic for transplant patients.
To be able to get a clear idea of what it is that is actually wrong with the patient or what they're calling up for, you have to ask a variety of questions before you actually get to the nitty-gritty of what the problem is and how you can solve it.
But actually, when you can't eyeball the patient, it's just a barrier to that communication.
To be able to either address the technical problem themselves or we need to be able to provide them with the support to be able to deal with it ourselves, but reasonably quickly.
And the fact that you can see a patient, you can see how they hold themselves, and you can actually tell whether they're unwell or they're worried about something. It's that visual check.
And there is a different feel to a clinic where you see someone over a camera.
The emphasis should always be that it complements a direct clinic visit, but it's not envisaged to be a replacement for that.
There's a much more relaxed feel, but actually it's clear that in some ways the patients prefer that and they do interact with you in a different way, which is I think quite a good thing.